Well. This has certainly been a long time in the making. Bruins friends, it is time to hug it out! Because that is a 4-0 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. Now, obviously, best to get the elephant out of the room right away. Trade deadline happened. This core looks a lot different. And it absolutely exhibited that on the ice. But before we get into just how different this team operated on the ice in a post-Marchand, post-Coyle, post-Carlo, post-Brageau era, I know Justin Brageau was a big part of this team's culture. I know everybody was hinging on him. I need you all to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help me get up to 100 subscribers. We're finally cracked the 80 mark, and I'm so happy about that. The trade deadline video just went up, and we're going to be making more content. We're going to be doing more stuff. Thankfully, it's getting a little bit warmer. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit more rejuvenated. And just a further note, I want to touch briefly on the post that I made on the channel a couple days ago, where I said that I was going to be delisting some episodes of Into the Den. That is still going to be happening. Admittedly, as much fun as I did have during the episode about the Bruins beating the Leafs in the first round, that was very fun. I liked recording that one. It's not a video that I'm proud of. And neither was the 33-minute long self-flagellation that I did after the Bruins lost to the Panthers in Game 7 of 2023. To my knowledge, both Anger and Tale as Old as Time are both delisted from my channel. I might make them public again in the future, but for now, they're not videos that I'm proud of, and I want to make this something that I am proud of. So that's just my reasoning why some videos are not visible on my channel anymore. But let's get back into the video. 4 players that we got from the deadline were in this game. And they were the 4 that we expected. We weren't going to see Will Zellers. We were going to be lucky if we were going to get Fraser Minton this year. Minton, for what it's worth, I think is going to make opening night roster in 25-26. I don't think we're seeing him for the rest of the season, except probably Game 82 when they decided to bring all the young guys up. That, I think, is the best shot that the Bruins are going to have at giving us Fraser Minton, Fabian Lysell, and Georgi Merkulov again this season. I would love that. I think that they're going to make the team out of camp next year, especially because there's not much talent to go around anymore. I could see this being the case. But the 4 players that we traded for that showed up in this game were Casey Mittelstadt, Murat Husnudinov, Jacob Lauko, and Henry Jokiharju. Ultimately, we do need to deprogram our understanding of this season that it has any meaning for the rest of it. After the deadline, the only thing that matters is seeing how these guys mesh with our system. Casey Mittelstadt and Murat Husnudinov, they're looking in the right direction. Jacob Lauko and Henry Jokiharju, not that much. Again, with Jokiharju, we got him as a stopgap after getting rid of Carlo, because without him, our best right-hand defenseman that's available right now is it's Andrew Peeke. I don't think anybody wants to live in a universe where Andrew Peeke is their top pairing right defenseman. Admittedly, I think I might have been a little bit too hard on Jokiharju. Henry Jokiharju, not that much. I've matured since then, I promise. But with Jokiharju, I would say that the big thing is that he paired really well with Zadorov. And I did not expect to say that. Zadorov played some of his best hockey this season, paired with Jokiharju. And their size and skills complement each other really well. I did not expect to be saying this. If this is what it takes for Zadorov to actually be a good defenseman on this team, I don't mind us keeping Jokiharju after this season. Husnudinov had some really good checks throughout the game. And Casey Mittelstadt, centering Cole Koepke and Vinny Lettieri, he was phenomenal. He single-handedly was the reason why our first goal happened. And he stops the defenseman at the blue line, steals the puck, gets it to Koepke, and Koepke is just right up the gut. And for some reason, Andrei Vasilevsky is just kind of not doing it. I mean, he wasn't doing it at all in this game, really. You let up a goal from Mark Kastelic from pretty much the midline. Dude is just caught lacking. Standing around on one side of the net, doing nothing, and Kastelic just sends it right into the net. Just not even trying. Not even trying. Cole Koepke ends up getting a second goal, which I think is another demerit towards Vasilevsky. But it felt weird in this game because it didn't really feel like Tampa had much to do. The defense was surprisingly... Again, even without McAvoy or Lindholm, the defense was pretty damn good at making sure that Kucherov and Point and Gensel and Hagel and everybody like that couldn't really do anything. There really wasn't much that Tampa was doing that was making any sort of headway. And again, it's only one game. It's only one game. It's one game out of 82. And the Bruins have done enough for this season to let us know that they are not contenders. And that's fine. But this is a pretty encouraging start for some players on this team. Notice how I did not mention Jacob Lauko at all this game. Because, again, you get Lauko because he has a really good meme game.
Meme game is top-notch.
You get Lauko for the vibes. And, unfortunately, in this locker room, he is missing Uncle Nick. He is missing Nick Foligno. And I really wish that we still had Foligno, but I can understand why we traded him away. I mean, freaking his contract alongside Taylor Hall's was probably too much for us to actually keep around. But at the same time, let's talk about contracts real quick. Because that was the main driving force behind the trading of Brad Marchand. Everything that I've learned about it since it happened has made me actually think that Sweeney and Neely were playing it right, and Marchand was playing it wrong. A lot of people did not like this trade, and I can completely understand why. I think that there's some important context. Don Sweeney and Cam Neely were offering Brad Marchand 3 years at around $6.125 million, which is around what he's making right now. Brad wanted 7.5. And look, I know. He's the captain, and he's still playing at a really good level. The dude is 37 with hips held together with chewing gum and twine, and he's got concussions, and he's out for the rest of the season with an upper body injury. Are you paying $7.5 million for that? Are you paying $7.5 million for a guy past the age of 35 who is this injured and whose talent might only be declining? Because personally, I'm not. It feels like a spit in the face of the culture that Marchand is one of the biggest products of. And notice I said products and not progenitors. I think with this trade, it was evident that Marchand was a passenger for this culture. Chara, Bergeron, Krejci, they all took hometown discounts. They all put the team ahead of themselves. They all loved this team enough to want to give this team the best opportunity of winning. Marchand, he didn't want a hometown discount. He wanted a contract that's as big as Elias Lindholm's. Sure, it's for 4 less years, but still, 7.5. Read the room. I'm sorry, I just don't feel bad for Marchand in this situation. And if this is what was going on, I'm happy to give more props to Sweeney and Neely. Listen, this is not me saying, oh boom Marchand, screw him, I'm burning all my Marchand gear. No, I still love Brad Marchand. I still love Brad Marchand. I still appreciate everything that he did for this team. But with this one decision, he put himself in front of the team as a captain and as what was supposed to be one of the biggest contributors to this culture. You wear this crest, you become part of the family, and you put the family first. So if that was what was happening behind the scenes, I think we should be happy with the second round pick. But for the rest of the team, big ups for this game. Got a game against Florida. Marchand's not going to be playing. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. Sure you wanted 7.5? I don't think so. And that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys after the Florida game. Take care.